Hello everyone, my name is Tracy Spencer. I run a company called Sports Scholarship USA. What we do is we help student athletes, basically what we do is we bring high school student athletes together with colleges and universities. Every athlete wants to try to go to the next level, but it's not as easy as, hey, I'm a good athlete, I want to go there. There's more to it than that. Whenever anyone hears scholarship, they go, yeah, I want to go, a full ride scholarship. Well, I'm sure some of you have gone to Division I under scholarships. It's a job, okay? It's a job. The coach owns you, especially if they're paying for your education. So what I do now at the same time as I educate the kids, because education comes with that sports. In order to play sports, you have to have good grades. If you don't have good grades, you're not going to play sports too long, or at least at the level you want. And of course, you don't know how many parents and kids that I go, I'm a Division I athlete, I'm a Division I athlete. Okay, you're a senior, you're into your spring semester. How many letters have you gotten so far? 0. Oh, you're not a Division I athlete. Division I athletes are being approached very early with letters and emails. Some as early as, believe it or not, just freshmen there, but they can't be contacted by the coach. What it usually happens is you get an information card that comes to you in the mail, and if you're a standout athlete and you have to be at a program that really gets to championship level, such, for example, if you're in football and you don't go to the playoffs, they don't know you exist. Basketball is the same way. The few sports that you could be an individual athlete and be very good would be track and field, wrestling, because you don't have to rely on the team to be very good. But again, I get a lot of parents, a lot of kids think they're going to go D1, and I'm like, you know what? There are thousands of colleges and universities that have sports programs. They're very good on the educational value. And guess what? They need to fill a roster. And going back a little bit, one of the reasons I thought about this is when I was going to high school, I went to Ohio State on a partial scholarship in track and field. After a year, and I love the Buckeyes still to this day, everyone knows I'm a Buckeye nut, okay? I went to a smaller school after a year, transferred to a smaller school. It's called Findlay College. They are NAIA. Right now, they're University of Findlay Division II. But I went there, and all of a sudden, they gave me a grant and other monies based on my grades. And I was like, wow, they paid for more in my school than Ohio State when I was at Ohio State. So I realized one thing, I keep my grades up, I get to play sports. That was a win-win. And that is what I really understood. And then the more I thought about it, there are more athletes that were like me than there are, for example, we have Skip Hicks, UCLA, former UCLA running back, great running back. Got tons of letters. He went to high school in Texas. We got letters all the time. And you got hundreds of schools going after that one athlete. But if you go to a school, like I say, that doesn't go to the playoff, you're not even knowing you exist. So that's where I come in. And there's more of those athletes that need to go to other schools and universities, that need to have a better education, that need to want, they still want to play sports, and that's their Achilles. One of the other success stories that I've had, there was a young lady, parents didn't have a lot of money, but she was a good soccer player. I said, okay, how's your grades? Grades are really good. She got 2,200 on her SATs. That was back when the SATs were that, what, 24, 26? I can't even count that high when I took my SATs. Okay, so I called the soccer coach, and even though at the time I'd coached her in track, I called the soccer coach. I said, hey, I got a young lady you need to look at. And so he happened to be out in California, looked at her, said, you know, she's really good, but you know we have no scholarship in soccer at Harvard. I said, why don't you look at her SATs? A week later, they had a $50,000 grant for her for the next 4 years. She graduated from Harvard. Her first job started at $120,000. Okay, but she played all 4 years on that soccer team because the coach helped out get that grant for her at Harvard, and that's really good. Right now, I'm at Thousand Oaks High School, and I'm the head coach there as well. And I've got another young man that's a junior, and Stanford is now all over him. And of course, we have other athletes that will go to other universities. I've got a triple jumper right now at UCLA. Idris Bernard is long and triple jumping there. I've got athletes all over now. And one of the things that I like is when they go to school, they got to send me a shirt. So, shirt, a sweatshirt, something of that. I have, oh gosh, I have Texas dad. I have Cal Poly dad. They're like, you got a kid that goes there? No, I got an athlete. Same thing.
All right.